Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why you lose friends when you go on semen retention. Why do you lose friends when you go on longer streaks of semen retention? Why do you lose friends? Now, you lose friends when you go on longer streaks on retention because you're not in alignment with their values anymore. At some point, when you've gone on retention for at least probably like 2 months, if you have the courage enough to do that, just to experience how it feels like to be able to do something like that, you start realizing that a lot of the people that you call friends may not really are situational friends, meaning they're friends who you hang out with in certain situations. Maybe like you might go out with them, or you might just they might be your friends at work, or you might go to school with them or something like that, but you don't really hit them up anytime after that or something like that. And then you have people who you go out your way to speak to and hang out with, and on your own terms. There's two different types of things. And the thing is, when you go on retention, when you've been on retention for, like I said, for at least maybe 2 months, like let's say 60 days, you go on retention nonstop, what you start to realize and what starts to happen to you is your deepest ideals, your deepest desires, your deepest wants and maybe needs and things that you really desire or maybe want subconsciously, that you always wanted but never really had the courage to pursue, get, or anything. This could be anything. It could be starting a business, an online business, actually talking to a girl that you have interest in, petitioning for something, volunteering for something, anything, any courage, anything that you've always wanted to do, but you just never really had the courage to do. They start coming to the forefront of your conscious mind. They start coming to the forefront of your conscious mind. And now, since you've been on retention, since you've been doing all these things, you're just more amplified to do the things that you really want to do. Maybe it's the type of income that you want to have, the type of business that you want to have, the type of people that you want to surround yourself with, the type of things you want to do in your day-to-day. They start coming to the forefront of your conscious brain, and more than likely you're more willing just to take action on these things. You're more willing to take action on these things. This is just human nature. When you go on retention, you have more courage. You have more courage to do the things that you maybe weren't willing to do maybe 3 months ago, but now are willing to do it now, just because you feel you're in alignment with doing those things. You feel good enough to be able to do these things now, because you've been working on yourself, because you've been conjuring up belief in yourself. This is what happens when you go on retention. Use retention as a metaphor of conjuring up belief. The longer you go, the better habits you make, the more you abstain from things that aren't good for you, the more belief you have in yourself, because you're giving yourself more evidence, and now you really think you can conquer anything. This is subconsciously what you're doing when you go on long streaks of retention. And the people who don't fit this ideal reality that you have for yourself slowly but surely filter out of your life, because their values are not the same as yours anymore. And this is okay. The problem is people try to force things. Forcing is resistance. Forcing will not get you to anywhere you want to be. If you keep forcing things will always not work out. You have to let things fall into place. You have to allow things to happen in your life. And when you go on retention, you're feeling so good and so confident in yourself that you have you have no you have no hesitation to cut the things that don't work for you in your life pretty quickly. Some of the things that don't work in your life, you have some of the things that don't work in your life, you have no hesitation but to cut them off. And this is how you're slowly but surely evolving into the person that you want to become. There's a shedding process into becoming something brilliant. The process is like it's literally the equivalent of something like a butterfly. But a butterfly goes to a metamorphosis stage where it's once a caterpillar, and then it's in a shell, and it's like evolving into becoming a butterfly, and then slowly but surely, eventually, it becomes a beautiful butterfly and flies off into his life. And this is slowly but surely what you're doing when you go on long streaks of retention. You're having a makeover of your life in the best possible way possible. All the things that, like I said, you've always wanted to do, all the things that you believed in, all the things that were your deepest desires, your deepest ideals, but you never really consciously tried to attack them, they all start coming to the forefront of your brain, and now all you want to do is attack these deep subconscious desires. And this is how some people may just vibrationally just leave your life. Now, what is vibration? Vibration is the energy that you're carrying. And people who are not in vibrational alignment with some of your ideals, some of the things that you hold highly of, some of your beliefs that you have deep beliefs in, they slowly but surely will disappear in your life. This is just how life works itself. Your whole existence is based off vibration. The people who are normally who you choose to be more in your life are based off similar vibrations as you. They might have the same values. They might relate to you more. You guys might have some things in common. You might have like similar mindsets. You have things that you both have in common. But people who aren't in vibrational alignment as you, someone who doesn't have the same values, someone who doesn't have the same ideals as you, they're going to pretty much disappear in your life. They're not really gonna disappear. They're just not going to be in your life normally, because there's resistance. It's this thing called there's a name of it. But it's basically called contradicting beliefs. Like, people who have contradicting beliefs, one person who might believe one thing and the next person who might believe a totally opposite thing, can't really live in harmony because they have different subconscious beliefs. It's called cognitive dissonance. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. People have, there's just opposite beliefs that some people have, and they can't really get along because they have different beliefs. And these beliefs, so like, when you go on retention, some of your old habits you used to partake in, some of the old things that you used to do, they don't make sense to you anymore, because you're evolving into someone who is better. But the thing is, some people just don't believe in this evolving phase. People don't evolve. They stay the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's people who don't evolve, and the people who are not evolving with you, they slowly but surely will leave your life. This is just how nature works. And then people who fit your future, they're more likely to stick around. This is just how it goes. There's like I said, there's people who evolve and become someone greater, better version of themselves, and there's people who never really evolve anything and stay the same and get worse. So like I said, your friends may leave you. People who you thought you were friends or something like that, it's just, you're just going to have less of a conversation. It's just not going to be as much of a conversation, and this is okay. You have to prioritize the friends who fit your ideal reality. Who fit your ideal reality. And like I said, when you go on retention, your subconscious desires, your beliefs, the things that you always thought that you always wanted to do or become, they start becoming more conscious habits, conscious activities, because you have more courage. You're proving to yourself that you can say something that you want to do and actually stick to it. And now this is opening a whole bunch of doors in your life. Because if you think you can do this one thing, then that's going to emerge in other places in your life. And then slowly but surely, there's a lot of things that are uprising or evolving in your life just because you decided to fix this one thing in your life. Retention can help you help that foundation into other areas of your life improving. So anybody who says retention isn't, I'm not into that whole no fap BS, they're losers. Why are they losers? Because one, they're afraid to try something, and two, you can't really speak on something if it works or not if you've never tried it. The thing that baffles me is people who've never tried a certain thing, who've never given anything a chance, and automatically throw it out the window and stay the same. People would rather have a familiar misery than a foreign happiness. People would rather do things that they already know than try something that could give them more happiness. This is just human nature. So who will you choose to be? You evolve and you start getting more people who are in alignment with your newest self, or you stay the same and the people and your old friends will stick around and you guys will never really move the needle in your life. This is just what it comes down to. But people are just afraid to make that first step. Once you make that first step, you make the second step, third step, fourth step, and then you just keep going until you look back on your accomplishments. And this is serious. These are very serious things I'm telling you about, because people can overlook everything I just said and stay the same, but in 5 years, they're still the same people. But people with high objectives, people with people who are very focused on their life, they take this advice that I'm saying and they run with it. Also, be very wary of the people who may act a little bit mean to you or something like that, because subconsciously they sense your greatness and they're just mad that they can't live up to that greatness because there's too much limiting beliefs. They have too much limiting beliefs in their mind. Too much limiting beliefs. People won't allow themselves to become anything because they just literally reject themselves or disqualify themselves before, just because of there's some beliefs that they have that may not be true. So your whole existence is based off vibration. Trust the natural unfoldment of your life. You're going to be in the right place at the right time if you follow your intuition, if you follow the right place, if you follow your heart, or your nudges. This is the Most High communicating with you. This is the all-knowing essence of you, the Most High communicating with what the certain things that you need to do Because sensory retention, you have a higher communication with the Most High. You have a deeper spiritual communication. So anything that your heart is telling you, anything that your intuition is telling you, you pretty much have to follow it if you want to be happy. The thing is, people don't follow this. That's why they're always frustrated. That is why they're always frustrated. There's literally no reason to be frustrated. I mean, there's going to be some reasons to be frustrated, but if you haven't solved everything that you think you can solve, then that's why you're going to be frustrated. And that is why you're going to be frustrated. Trust the natural unfoldment of your life. And with that being said, please like, please comment, please subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.